Oh my God, I went for a walk in the woods this morning and I fell over because my wellies got stuck in the mud. And I was hands down in the mud and I was so scared that someone was going to see. But no one did. But I had to literally, like, my hands were covered. It looked like, you know, like when you pour like the bit of coffee out the bottom of your cafetiere. It was thick like that. It was all over my hands. And then I had to like grab my own wellies and like heave my feet out of the mud. And I was genuinely concerned for a bit because it was like you know, like sinking sand when you can't get yourself out. It's bad. It's the same part of the field, but it's like by the gate, so you gotta go through it to get out. I love a Wellies walk though. I like being like, you know, at one with nature, like amongst the trees and the plants, and like sometimes there's Highland cattle there just wandering around grazing. They're white, they look really ethereal actually. They're like Highland cattle, but they're totally white. And then there's like a big group of them, like 7, and they just sort of amble all over the woodland. And then, yeah, sometimes there's like little robins and like, I don't know, it's just nice. A lot of dogs. That's ruined my walk a couple of times. I love dogs, but it's like, some people shouldn't own dogs, do you know what I mean? Sometimes they're dead cute, but... Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Taurus's highest good. How is Taurus feeling in these final few days of January 2025 and the first few days of February 2025 with regards to the one they're either thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards, please. How is Taurus feeling? Yeah, I would love to go back to the USA. I've been to Vermont and New York. There's so many places I'd love to visit, honestly. I went to the Caribbean in the summer, and so many people were holidaying there, you know, from the States, and I wasn't expecting that because normally when I holiday, it's people from like the Mediterranean or like the UK. Well, like nearly everyone was from the States. So a couple of people from the UK, but yeah. So I felt like it was in the States, honestly. I keep seeing videos on TikTok of... Well, I've always wanted to go... I know this is in Canada, but I've always wanted to go to Banff. And then... Is it Wyoming? I feel like it's Wyoming. Or Washington or somewhere like that. Oh, there's so many places I'd go to. Oh, lovely. It sounds amazing. The 8 of Wands reversed. Okay, so this is your feelings, Taurus. The 8 of Wands upright is like fast action, progress, communication. So when it's reversed, it's the opposite, okay, of progress. So it's delays or things going slower than we'd like, you know, feeling like things going backwards, stagnant, okay? So communication could be stagnant. Change, you know, could be like, it could just feel like nothing's changing. I don't really want you to see the top of my mic like that. That's not great for you, is it? There you go. Oops. I think we'll just leave that. I'm going to put a light on because it's getting dark. Not dark, but it's gone cloudy. Is what I mean. It's better, isn't it? It's better. Okay, so not a lot going on with the old love life at the moment, Taurus. There could be a particular person that you're waiting on. Because, I mean, Taurus has always got options. Taurus is beautiful, but... Right, the Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant, so you're showing up as your major arcana here. Oh, thanks, Mojo. So the Four of Pentacles is a very practical energy. We're trying to conserve and build up wealth. Okay, if that was the other way, the pentacles would be falling out of our pockets, okay? But as it happens, we're stacking them. And we're being wise, okay? So the Hierophant is someone who is a person that's lived so many hard lessons. I love this card, actually. Look, they're larger than life there. The people down at the Hierophant's feet, they want the Hierophant's wisdom, okay? You are someone that's acquired so much knowledge. You've been through so many things that you just know what your goals are right now, and they're very financial goals, okay? So me, for example, because I'm Taurus, I know that I'm very focused on getting a mortgage, getting a house. I've just secured my first job on a super high pay. All things possible for me. The next thing is going to be when I get given a permanent contract, okay? So then I'll be able to get my mortgage. So right now, I've got money on my mind, okay? And my mind's on my money. And this is a good thing to do. It's a good way to be, especially after, we had COVID. The whole world stopped. A lot of people got made redundant. I had 2 teacher friends, in international schools. They were made redundant overnight. I was very lucky because I was in Europe, so I got furloughed. However, for one reason or another, savings were used up. And I've had to start from the bottom in a new country, and, my whole life started over, and I'm getting to the point where, I'm getting to, like, where my goal is, like, and it feels good, okay? So you're very wise. It's the Hierophant upright, so you're doing what Taurus does, okay? People think that Taurus is just a card where it's like, oh, Taurus is beautiful, Taurus is stubborn, Taurus is lazy. No, Taurus is good with money. Taurus feels secure when money is right, okay? Taurus does not like unpredictability. Taurus does not like spontaneity as much as the other signs. Taurus likes to know. Taurus wants to be sure that everything's going to be right, okay? You're very ambitious. You could be a Taurus Aries cusper like me. I don't think you're gonna let anybody eat through your savings. If you've done that before, you've definitely learnt your lessons. Like a homosexual or something. Someone that just thinks they're really good looking and they'll just spend your money and not spend any of theirs. I don't think you're going to waste your time on anyone. Let's get one more for you, Taurus. Okay, so we've got the Hermit reversed. It's the Major for Virgo. When the Hermit's upright, it's someone who's isolating themselves for good reason, usually after a heartbreak, excuse me, a heartbreak, or, you know, some kind of like troubled time. We isolate ourselves, don't we? And we put our walls up and we look inward. We go very introspective, like, why did all that happen? You know, what was their part? What was mine? Could I have avoided it? We go inward. Okay, so with that being reversed, you could be coming out of hermit mode. You know, you could have completed that. Or you could be avoiding hermit mode and just making yourself stupid busy with work. You'll know which one resonates the most. I mean, if you've been burned, you're not gonna like run into the arms of another knobhead, are you? Like, you're gonna keep to yourself a little bit when it comes to love. You're not gonna be going on, you know, Match or like Plenty of Fish. You're not gonna be going on loads of nights out doing yourself up like a Christmas tree, you know, for some idiot to come along. You're gonna protect yourself for a while. So that's what I mean with hermit mode. It doesn't mean you're not seeing friends and family, but even then you might just be like, well, I'll do the essential, I'll do what's necessary, you know. But before you know it, like, a lot of time's gone by where you're not like socializing too much compared to like some people are out every night. I don't know how they're doing that or why they're doing that. Maybe they're uncomfortable being alone, or they're just an extrovert. They get down if they're not around other people. Let's see what comes out for your person then, the one that's on your mind. The one you're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in. The Star, okay, Major for Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or someone who's healing right now, or someone who is, they feel like they have their wish fulfillment. I know that sounds like, well, you've just like said loads of different things, but we'll see what else comes out and it'll give it some context. I'll clarify as well. The Page of Cups reversed. Okay, so this person is not offering their cup to anyone. So they could be in a period of healing. That's why you gotta wait, you see, to see what cards come out with that. With the cards gone. Okay. We've got the Seven of Cups reversed. Right, this one's in fantasy land. They're trying to sort out their finances. This person is delusional, right? They're either trying to sort out finances and or they're trying to come out from the cold. They don't want to be out in the cold anymore. If we turn these upright, this is someone who's like, I'm on the outside of things, right? I need a savior. I need to be in that church. I need food. I need comfort. I need support. I need mental peace. I need physical safety. I need mercy on my soul. Okay. And then here we've got the Seven of Cups. You see some of the things here are good and some of them are bad. So here is like victory, recognition, being noticed with the laurel wreaths. We've got a serpent, okay, snake. We've got loads of treasure, like money, plenty of money. We've got this dragon here. In a lot of tarot decks, the dragons are, you know, like especially in Viking lore, and this isn't a Viking deck, but they're not necessarily friendly, okay? So some of these things are good and some are bad. Now, when people are at a crossroads, the card's upright, and that's natural, okay? We're not sure which way to go. When it's reversed, they're in fantasy land, like they are fully delusional, okay? So they're not happy with how things are, so instead they're going to lie in their bed at night and think about you. They're going to like fantasize about making a life with you. So in the kind of like daydream state, you're their wish fulfillment, but they're not coming towards you or doing anything about it because they know they're out in the cold. This is like delirium. This is like, you know, I'm almost more comfortable in fantasy than I am in what my reality is right now. Not even almost, like they are, okay? Thanks for the likes, guys. Let's get 3 for the outcome for this week and check out your Valentine's Day reading, okay? They should have posted this morning as an all signs. I've gone through all the signs over 2 videos and I've done an early Valentine's Day prediction. I mean, it's not that early. If someone was going to propose, they'd have bought the ring a couple of weeks ago, wouldn't they? Or a few months ago. People do all kinds on Valentine's. They might not even like ask you out. There might just be a secret admirer that's like wishing that they could go out with you or spend Valentine's. It could be like someone who's already taken, that like is having a little fantasize about you. The High Priestess reversed. Okay. So the High Priestess upright is using your intuition, following your gut instinct, your third eye chakra's open. You're not getting IBS because you always follow your heart, okay? And your body communicates with you when you're not following your heart. Okay, so some people get migraines from tension, some people grind their teeth, some people get terrible chest pain, you know, they're keeping their fists clenched, they're a bit sweaty, they get terrible stomach aches. We all have different ways that our body communicates to us that you are not dealing with this. You're not acting upon things from a heart space. You're trying to be like head over heart, or you're trying to ignore everything and just go into denial, okay? So this is reverse. So this is what I'm saying. This person's like not dealing, okay? They're not following their heart. Looks like neither of you. You're going more practical, Taurus, and they're kind of just in a dream state 24/7, like fantasizing about you, but hiding at the same time. Three of Swords reverse, so recovery from heartache, heartbreak, okay? Let's get one more. Do you understand, like, you've got very different approaches in coping? This person goes into denial, okay? Makes up a whole world where you two are together. And you deal with 3D practical matters, like very earthy, you know, dealing with the bills, dealing with the mortgage, goals, like getting a house, like getting a full-time permanent job. Like, you've got very opposite ways of dealing. One, you can't really lose, can you, when you throw yourself into your job? The other one is just like fantasizing, like dream state, you know. There's a word for it actually, because sometimes people with autism can do that so much, so they're actually more comfortable in a fantasy world, you know. It's not everyone with autism, but it's like there's like a word for it. I can't remember what it is. I don't even know how I knew that. How do I know that? Read about it somewhere. Seven of Swords reversed. It's like someone's manipulation, someone's lies are being exposed. You know, Seven of Swords upright is like, I'm going to sneak around behind people's backs. I'm going to make this girl or guy think that I want a relationship with them, but I'm just going to sleep with them. I'm going to ghost them after. You know, it's like something really sneaky and premeditated. It's not good. It's lies, it's cheating, it's deception. You know, I'll say I'm going out for a drive, but really I'm going to hook up with someone. It's deception. Like, when it's reversed, it's like that's coming to light, that's being exposed. I just think you've gone really practical minded, and there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe your intuition told you like you've been a bit of an idiot, you know, to like get involved with this person and it's not going anywhere. You got heartbroken over it and you're slowly recovering from it. You know your life's going well, whether it's going to be with this person or not, even if you still want them. You're not putting your life on hold for it. And that's exactly right. Why has this person got the Page of Cups reversed? Why aren't they conveying their feelings that this is how they feel? Toxic, destructive relationship, manipulative, gaslighting. If they pop up every now and again, and then they're like, what? Like, it's been like this for me, and they've got like this victim, mentality, and it's always like, I'm sorry, this has been going on for me, or that's been going on for me. Will you forgive me? And it's like, it's probably just the same story, like, over and over again. But actually, it's very unhealthy, isn't it? Dance of Souls. Be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. They don't like being vulnerable, so they play all these games, and then they just kind of like think about you a lot. Maybe they're like someone that's codependent, they don't think that they can be independent from their current situation. Maybe they don't like being vulnerable with anybody. Usually when people are manipulative, it comes from childhood trauma. And childhood trauma, like, causes you to feel vulnerable all the time and never want to be vulnerable ever again. So they've got some issues to work out, let's put it like that. What is it that this person likes or loves about Taurus? I'm so proud of everything you do. Well, they should be, okay, because you're leveling up. You inspire me so much. You are my muse. Wow. They admire you a lot, okay? With them fantasizing, they definitely fancy you. They're definitely very physically attracted to you. They could also be fantasizing about a future, but I can't tell that much from this. Put it this way, like, you're on their mind 24/7, okay? But infatuation can do that. Twin flames, could be twin flames, because that's magnets, like, Hang on, I'm jumping ahead. What's the nature of this connection? I just had a thought, if this is twin flames, the thing you've had to focus on is building up your wealth. And if you're like me and it's taken you longer to do that compared with people that you know, this could be like a connection that's triggered you to heal aspects of yourself that you needed to. And if this person needs to heal childhood trauma and not go into like fantasy land and not be deceptive, and gaslight and not be toxic, and they need to heal that aspect of themselves, like the cups area of themselves. You're healing coins, they're healing cups. You could have triggered this in them if you've been ignoring them. You might not be experiencing delays because it's just happening, like you might have caused delays or blocks. You might have blocked them. So it's triggering them to heal. You deserve love. You are lovable. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. This person is learning a lot from you. And whether you realise it or not, they're sending you in the right direction to develop yourself financially, to be more independent, to feel more self-secure, more abundant. I've certainly got to a point in my life where I'm very confident that I can create wealth as many times as I need to. Okay, thanks, Mojo. I'll check you later. What was I saying? Yeah, I feel like I can create wealth as many times as I need to. Like my card might be the Hierophant, and I might be a teacher now, and my card might be the Empress, But it's taken me to this point in my life, like I'm 40 this year, to get to where I want to be, like financially. It's happened a lot more slowly, but everyone's path is different, so it could be twin flames. This. What is the one thing that this person would say to Taurus? What's the one thing this person would say to Taurus? I need time for me. Well, that makes sense with the healing card. I need time for me. They're really like, they're also like going introspective at the moment. Like they want stability. Perhaps they were like walking, a fine line or teetering on the edge of like, just keeping their head above the surface of the water, just about like chin above the water, and they're not coping. So perhaps they're like needing to keep a distance, but when they're thinking about romance or love or sex, it's you they think of. They could be from a different religious background. They might not have, developed their spiritual side, and they might recognize that you are far more ethereal, far more astral, an earth angel, an empath. You deserve love. Let go of control issues. I mean, someone who's experienced childhood trauma and feels very unstable and doesn't like to be vulnerable to people, prefers to be deceptive, feels like they're winning if they're deceptive to people. That's because they're protecting themselves. So they're going to learn to let go of control issues. I think that's mutual, okay? Like you're not going to chase them and they're not going to run anymore. Advice for Taurus, please. It's very nice that it says you inspire them and they're proud of everything that you do. I think they're keeping an eye on you somehow. Like, I think they know that you're busy, like, leveling up. Patience. The tide will come in when it's ready. Oh, I don't think this is done. I don't think this is done. This isn't over. This is a pause. You could have had a few innings with this person already. Advice for Taurus, please. If this is resonating for Taurus, can you give Taurus some advice, please, Spirit? Whoops. Casting spells. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. That's a really good point, and I think you've already mastered this. I think you've realised that when you focus on yourself, obviously you put out good into the 3D, you manifest in, and you do manifestations, you do positive affirmations. I want a job. I deserve a job and I'll have a job. I want to be in a workplace that will support me to grow. I deserve a workplace that will support me to grow, and I will have a workplace that supports me to grow. The universe is abundant, and what I ask for will be given to me. Yeah? I want love, I deserve love, and I will have love. I want a man or a woman who's trustworthy, who takes care of me, who pays their way, who is creative. Anything you want in a partner, like, get focused and ask for it and believe that the universe is abundant. Okay, so sacred geometry is patterns, and you get a lot of them in churches, okay, because it's a spiritual place. There's no beginning and there's no end. It's infinite. Okay, it just repeats over and over and over. You're right in the middle of this. Okay, so money is energy, love is energy. Energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. It's just infinitely flowing around you. Okay, so you can have any of that you want, and the universe rewards you for doing things like job applications, for doing things like believing that you're beautiful, okay, and carrying yourself confidently and smiling and laughing with people. And when you show the world that you've got what it takes, you attract it in, right? So I think you're killing it right now, Taurus, in every aspect, and it's working. This person's like, what am I doing? I think this is one for this person, okay, that's showing up in your reading. I am beautiful just as I am. I am loved just as I am. I am worthy just by being me. I don't need to fit in. I just need to be myself, and the right people will come into my life. Those who see and appreciate me for all that I am. Okay, so they could be spending time with people at the moment who they just put on like a happy facade for they're not really happy. Okay, and you might have quite a shallow kind of friendship network, and there's banter and there's this and that, but they're not really making themselves vulnerable. Okay, it's fantasy land. Okay, the world they really want is in their head. Have I pulled from everywhere? It's very, very positive, if you look at this, you've got casting spells, patience, allow the situation to unfold naturally. They need some time, okay? So divine timing is at play here. They certainly think a lot of you. Okay, so I'm going to tidy these up. And we'll move on to Gemini. Did I not pull from this one? Hang on, let me just do one from here. When I was like summarising, I was just like, I've not done that one. Begin now, take your first step. You're both on a spiritual journey, and yours is to be more financially abundant, Taurus, and theirs is to be more vulnerable. Put really simply, they got to be authentic, about how they're feeling, what they want, whether they are happy, whether they're not happy, what the fears are. They got to really learn to open up, and they need to surround themselves with people who they can open up in front of. You've only got like a shallow friendship or relationship. You don't tend to want to reveal yourself to people, especially if you've had trauma. You'll understand whether you can trust people or not. And it depends, like sometimes you want to be vulnerable to your children, and sometimes you just want them to see you as mum or dad. Same with parents, if they're getting older, you don't necessarily want to burden them. So, it's like people do it, don't they? They put on a brave face and just another day goes by like that.